the talent of all talents. Dear friends, Matthew presents to us the parable of the talents in the gospel of today. A talent is a huge sum of money in the time of Jesus. Scholars tell us that a talent is equal to what a daily laborer receives if he works for 15 years. In the daily usage, talent has now come to mean gifts, abilities. Looking at the parable from this perspective, we can say with Saint Peter that we have all received gifts. In the first letter of Peter, chapter 4, verse 10, we are told, like good stewards of the manifold graces of God, serve one another with whatever gift each has received. Pope Francis would further clarify this message in his teachings. He says that the gifts we have received are the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and they are not for our own personal use, but for the service of others. The talents, we are told in the parable, are given according to one's abilities. We too must use the gift of the Holy Spirit according to our abilities to serve others. There is a story from the Desert Fathers which proves this approach. Abba Mark told Abba Arsenius, "A monk should have nothing in his room which gives him pleasure." A brother once did just that. Abba Mark continued. The brother had a wild flower growing into his cell. He pulled it out with the roots. Abba Arsenius replied, "It is right, but each person should act according to his spiritual way. And if one was not able to get along without the flower, he should plant it again. Follow the Lord according to our abilities." Another value highlighted in the parable is the devotion and love that the servants showed to the master. The amount of money they brought in does not get the attention. "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." In the eyes of the master, what he had given them was very little. There are still greater gifts available with the master. The greatest gift is entry into the joy of the master. In our spiritual terms, we should say, enter into oneness with the Lord. This is the talent of all talents. This talent is given to all of us. The presence of God within us. The joy of the Lord, our strength. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10. Paul gave expression to this in the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 17, verse 28. For in him we live and move and have our being. There is a great danger that we bury this talent under the soil of our ignorance and hardness of the heart caused by the lack of love. This talent can also grow, especially when we share it with others. Mother Teresa was accused of converting people to Christianity. She was asked to appear before the court to face the charges. As she stood in the witness box, she asked that she be given a child. She continued holding the child in her hand. "I found this child in the trash bin. I took the child and looked after the child. I did not know whether the child was a Hindu or Muslim or a Christian. I did not know who are the parents of this child. I gave the child food, clothing, and shelter. After giving all these, I wanted to give the child the best that I had, my faith in Jesus Christ. I shared with the child my faith. The court acquitted her. May the talent of all talents grow as we share it with others. May God bless you.